Hello and welcome to Never Seen It. Hey, it's a podcast. It's about movies. You know what this is about. I'm Trent. That's Betsy.
Yeah!
Today we are watching yet another movie from 2002.
Because apparently that's just a big blind spot.
I guess. Like junior year of high school
We
was
were busy.
Very busy for us. Very, very busy. Resident Evil is the movie, Betsy.
That's the movie.
The movie based on the 1996, I think,
1990
it's either 96 or 98 video game on the PlayStation. Resident Evil.
That's the one.
So, Betsy.
Yeah, Trent?
I have seen this movie. You have not.
Correct. Makes a lot more sense that is the arrangement.
Now, full disclosure here, I've never played the original Resident Evil game on the PlayStation. I never owned a PlayStation when I was a kid.
Fair enough. But I know you've played some of this because you recently just replayed one of these games.
Right. So they remade the original PlayStation on a couple of different systems. I have played one of the remakes in recent years. I've played like the new remakes of 2 and 3. Those are really good. But, you know, the original 90s original Resident Evil game, I never played. So I know about them.
It might come to a shock to you to know I've never played any of them.
Yeah.
I'm not a gamer.
Betsy plays games on her iPad, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Also, she will beat your ass at Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not here to talk about Dr. Robotnik or beans.
No, we're here to talk about Resident Evil,
You're
the
here to talk about
2002 cinematic classic.
Zambies.
Zambies.
Okay, Betsy, what do you know about Resident Evil, the movie?
Okay, so I know the game is about a virus, ?
Do you know the name of the virus?
No.
Okay, the virus has a name. We will get to that, but yes, okay.
So there's a virus, and it basically turns people into a version of zombies, so they're not human. They cannot be cured. Is there a cure? I don't know. He's giving me a look, which means he'll leave that open-ended. I know as far as the movie is concerned that based on your recent replay of one of these games, that the movie kind of has nothing to do with the first game.
Not at all.
So the plot is going to be very different.
Yeah.
And I know it stars Mila Jovovich.
Yep.
And she got big guns and kicks ass.
Yep.
And that's about it.
All right. The other question we always ask is, why didn't you watch Resident Evil, the movie?
This is not a film that appeals to me. I am not the target demographic for this movie.
You think?
As I previously mentioned, I am not a gamer. And especially in the 90s.
Yeah.
We didn't have gaming systems in our house at all. My brothers chipped in together and bought a used Sega Genesis when it was about 8 years old.
Hence Mean Bean Machine.
Correct. Yeah. So I was a Sonic kid. And that was kind of the extent of it. So when everybody else was moving up to PlayStations, we were still just getting started. So the timing was just really off. I feel like I probably would have seen this game being played had it been the system we had in the house.
Yeah, and I've said before, I never owned a PlayStation, which is where this came out. It was only on the PlayStation to my knowledge. And I remember hearing kids, like literally, this is kind of a trope, but I remember kids talking on the bus about Resident Evil. It was that popular that kids were just talking about video games.
Well, and that is
why... And in the 90s, that was kind of an odd thing.
Right, and that is why in 2002 they got a movie.
Yeah.
Which was still pretty new. Like, video games turning into movies, there was really only a handful before this.
And none of them are good.
No.
None of them are good.
Has there ever been a good video game movie?
Ooh.
So around this time, there was like... What? Well, no, I guess it's not a video game. I was thinking of Dungeons and Dragons, which again had nothing to do with anything. At the time, I thought it was a video game.
Sure.
I found out later, no, Betsy,
sure.
You dummy. But yeah, like in the 90s, you had Street Fighter, and you had Mortal Kombat, and the Mario movie.
Yep.
None of which...
Which you haven't seen the
I have
Mario
not.
movie.
None of which had anything to do with this. Tomb Raider. That would have probably been the most recent one. So honestly, that's probably got more to do with this movie existing than anything.
Right,
Because Tomb
'cause that
Raider
was
was right
pretty
before this and
successful.
pretty successful. Yeah.
In recent years, there actually have been some fairly well-received video game movies. So the most recent Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Oh, that's true.
With Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman. I don't think they call him Robotnik.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they did.
Yeah.
It seems strange they would
Maybe
call
they-
him Eggman.
See, Eggman is the name that he has taken. Like, that's his name in Japan, I think.
Yeah.
And in the U.S., he's always Robotnik. Maybe but we never saw the Sonic movie. I am not a Sonic fan of any variety, so.
Yeah. Well,
and like Detective Pikachu, there's a lot of Pokemon movies.
I suppose it's an animated thing
Right.
now, kind of hybrid animation live action.
But like the Mark Wahlberg, Max Payne movie was kind of bad. They did a couple of Hitman movies.
we're getting a Uncharted movie pretty soon.
Yep, with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And that series is already very, very cinematic. I've played the first 2 Uncharted games and part of 3. That whole thing is very cinematically focused and like story focused.
Yeah.
We're also getting a TV show about The Last of Us on HBO.
I think as video games have grown and become more cinematic, they're going to translate a little bit better.
Yeah.
But we're still stuck in 2002.
Oh yeah,
So,
which and in the original game, like it is famously bad voice acting.
all right then.
Like
So-
like this. Jill, do not open that door. That kind of bad shit.
Oh boy.
Well, you, Jill, the master of unlocking. If you've ever heard that meme before.
No.
Yeah, so it's that kind of shitty, like, hey, this is the first time we've had voice actors do, stuff in video games before. They don't know how to direct them because it's never really been done all
And
that
they
well.
don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having characters with voices at all was still pretty new.
Why
in
do you
the
think they
90s.
get real actors to do voice work these days? Well,
Mm-hmm.
because they know how to do it.
Yeah. So all that being said,
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of hope for this movie. My vibe is that this is not a very good movie. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I think it was successful in its own right because I think there's 4 of these things.
There's a lot.
There's at least 3. I know there are at least 3, but I'm pretty sure there's 4, all starring Mila Jovovich. So I'm gonna guess I'm gonna get like an action, maybe some comedy, zombies, shooting, explosions, and blood. That's what I think we're about to watch.
All right, then. Let's go see if you're right. We're going to go watch Resident Evil. We'll be right back. And we are back. So, Resident Evil, the movie.
That's the thing we watched.
Betsy, what'd you think?
To be perfectly honest, this was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I set my expectations pretty darn low because I've just heard very abstractly, these are what they are.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Yep.
not tremendous movies. But there were moments where they really did a good job, like, building the suspense. And, there's a couple, like, fake out jump scare type of things.
Yeah.
It wasn't as tight as I would have liked it to be. There were a couple moments I got a little lost and kind of had to ask, like, wait, what's happening here?
Right.
But overall, not terrible. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. I was able to sit through it and enjoy the nonsense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as long as you know, listen guys, it's a zombie
This isn't
movie.
high art.
It's based on a video game. Like, if you know that going in, you'll be fine.
Right.
If you're expecting a quality, most amazing action movie you've ever seen, this ain't it.
Which you could say the same thing about one of the earlier video game movies, Mortal Kombat,
Yes.
directed by the same guy,
I forgot.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
I forgot that's the same guy.
Yeah.
Go figure. So he improved his craft. Because that's just trash. The original Mortal Kombat, let's just face it, it's trash. This, it's not total trash.
Right. That's the later movies.
Yeah.
The later, so I have seen, I think, the second Mortal Kombat, which I don't think we're going to cover. I don't think we're going to cover those movies.
Not necessary, Trent.
We're going to have to get through
Please
a
don't
lot.
do that
We're going to get
me.
through a lot more movies before we even consider that. But the second Mortal Kombat movie kind of gets more into the video game story. It actually brings in a character from the games.
Yeah.
Which there are none. There are no characters from the video games in this movie.
Yeah, when we're talking about Resident Evil, this is a very different story.
Yes. So I've seen the second one, I think maybe once or twice. I seen the third one probably maybe once. I maybe only got halfway through it, but none of the other ones.
Okay.
There's been like 4 or 5.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the first time I watched it, I was kind of expecting it to be more related to the games.
Logically.
Because, hey, it's the name of the game.
This is more one of those where we basically took one element from the game and said, we're going to make a different story around that.
They extrapolate the zombies. I wrote down the things from the games that are in the movie.
So it's the T virus. That is in
Correct.
the games, right?
Yes. The T virus.
Okay.
The mansion. So the game, the initial area that you get into is
The very first
quote
game.
unquote the mansion. Yes.
Okay.
The mansion plays a big part of the game. You start this movie in a mansion. You end the movie in a mansion.
Okay.
So that's about the only setting similarity.
Okay.
You got the zombie dogs. There is a famous scene in the game where your character is going down a hallway. There are windows around. You go past there the first time, no big deal. You come back there a second time, and you're again expecting the same kind of thing. Nothing happening, and some dogs jump through the windows, scaring the ever-loving shit out of you. Because up to that point, you hadn't seen any zombie dogs and had to fight them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was an iconic moment of the game, so they had to put him in the movie.
Of course.
Of course, we mentioned the Umbrella Corporation. That is the overarching thing, like that's the big bad of the video games as well. Raccoon City is the city where where everything takes place.
Okay.
It's like their New York City equivalent. Mm-hmm. And the Lickers, which are the big dog, the big thing at the very end that they barbecued.
Mutated. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's called a licker.
Okay, because there are like mutated different versions of zombies in the game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I've seen you play the second one.
And those were in that one.
And I remember little bits and pieces. Mm-hmm. Is this the game with the big menacing dude who like follows you around?
There's a couple of those. And there's a reference to the third game at the end of this movie. So when...
Had 3 games already come out when the movie came out?
I think 2 came out in 2000 and 3 came out soon after that, or very close to that.
So if the developers of the game had anything in the movie, they could have slipped it in before the game even came out.
I feel like the first 3 games were already out by the time this movie came out.
Okay.
So at the very end, where the dude who got scratched on his arm, one of the scientists who was looking at him on the table, they said, "Oh, he's mutating. I want to put him in the Nemesis program."
Yeah.
The Nemesis is the big dude who's following you around in 3.
Okay.
That game is called Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they probably did that pretty intentionally.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and Nemesis is actually in the second movie.
Okay.
So like that guy becomes a big creature that is hunting down the people who are whatever.
So I will say this: they clearly, set this movie up at the end to have a sequel.
Yeah.
Now, having seen this and what this movie is, I am slightly intrigued about a potential sequel.
Yeah.
Maybe much to my chagrin, because now you're going to get that look on your face where you're like, ooh, let's watch more.
And I'll be honest, the second one I don't think is nearly as good as this one, because
That's kind of a shame.
yeah, like there are different characters, but they kind of go a little campy with the second one. Like this is like almost deadly serious.
Yeah, they pick a tone and they stick with it
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah, like-
and it's like a little bit horror. It's a little bit like action.
It's a thriller.
Yeah.
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 In the second movie, Mike Epps plays a character,
Okay.
and he is like the comic relief.
Oh,
Yeah. You don't really need it in a movie like that.
right.
So that's kind of why I didn't really like it in the beginning. But like a character like Jill Valentine is like, we're gonna keep talking about the second movie, but a character like Jill Valentine is in the video games, and she's this badass chick cop,
Okay.
you know. And I think I was just reading some stuff about the movie. Originally, they were gonna have Jill Valentine be the main character of this movie, but they figured, oh, it's
Of the
actually
first one?
of this movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's in the second one, but in this one, it's a bunch of unnamed characters.
Yeah.
You don't know any. There's no reference to any characters
no,
here.
genuinely, this entire movie, I'm like, I don't know who any of these people
Nope.
are, and
Nope.
they don't care if you do.
Another thing I just read: they don't reveal Mila Jovovich's character's name until the credits.
Yeah.
They don't say. Do you know what her name is?
I have no idea.
No, and her name is Alice.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
No, they never call her that.
Yeah, her name is Alice, and you don't find out until the credits.
Well, okay then.
Like I know Rain, which is Michelle Rodriguez's character.
JD.
JD was the dude who was giving her shit at the beginning, who died very
Spence.
well. Spence was her quote-unquote husband.
Yeah.
And
Lisa.
sure,
There was a character named Lisa.
her got her head chopped off, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't even really think about the fact that their names are kind of irrelevant. It's just
They
a
are.
group of people.
They are.
But that's also sort of one of those zombie movie tropes
Mm-hmm.
where people come together. You had me watch the remake of
Dawn of the Dead,
Dawn of the Dead.
which is awesome.
And
I
they're-
love that movie.
And they're in the mall.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you any of their names because their names
Doesn't
don't
matter.
They're just humans who have come together with this mutual purpose.
Yep, survive.
Yes, survive. So, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about this movie. So let's start at the beginning. So they give you kind of a little bit of backstory, basically explaining what the Umbrella Corporation is. The fact it's called the fucking Umbrella Corporation.
Everywhere. It just covers everything, Betsy.
That is like the laziest naming I've ever heard. And I'm sure that, like you said, comes out of the game.
It is.
Because you think about, oh, you in the modern world, you know, like AT&T owns like a million different things, like Viacom is
Yep.
this and that,
Yeah.
and NBC, Universal. It's all under the same umbrella.
Huh? GE and all these other corporations who just make everything,
Yeah.
and
it's Umbrella Corporation work. And it's just like, oh, no.
yeah, it's another movie about evil corporations.
So we're just going to call it an abstract sort of name.
And it has survived to this day. The 8th Resident Evil game, like numbered game, just came out this year, and I think Umbrella is still involved in that.
Okay. But they start at the beginning, and there's someone in a lab boxing up some vials, some very freaky looking vials.
Yep.
And on their way out the door, they throw one of the vials, releasing a gas into the ventilation system of this building, and then they go on lockdown because there is a biohazard.
Yeah.
So they flood the lab and they shut the power, and then they gas everybody, and they're all dead. And we have no context as to why.
Nope. So this airborne thing gets into the vents and starts. I mean, it doesn't do anything.
No.
It just gets into their lungs, and but the computer knows.
The AI.
The
yeah.
AI knows what's going on, so it locks everything down so that it doesn't escape.
Right.
They're
and
not.
we find that out later, but
Yeah.
they just lead you to believe the machine has gone mad.
Right. It's a rogue AI. You mean that trope?
Right.
Yeah. So everybody's dead. All the scientists, everybody who works down there is dead, just
That
to
was
lock
a good
everything down.
opening.
It was.
Yeah. I'm like, I am sure we will come back to this and it will make sense in a minute.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, you're just like any good thriller horror thing, you're getting the setup. So you get people stuck in an elevator and you get people stuck in a lab and they show you the dogs in the cages. And of course, the dogs are the first to start barking and going crazy. Something's up because they know. And then the next scene is Mila Jovovich naked. She spends a lot of time in movies naked.
Yep.
Like, genuinely. I know she's like a former model and she's a good-looking lady, but the amount of times I've seen her in movies basically wearing nothing.
Yep.
I would say more than most actresses.
Hey, you know what? If that's how you can get your living done,
Whatever.
Do it.
Yeah, so she's in the shower. So she's clearly had, like, it's like she fell in the shower. And
she wakes up not knowing anything. She doesn't know who she is,
Nope, she doesn't
where
know
she is,
why she's there.
Why she's there.
And she's just sort of exploring this big mansion, and they just have, like, white drawers full of clean white clothes.
Men's clothes.
And a drawer full of guns that's locked.
Yep.
And her dress has been laid out for the day for her. And it's that signature one from the poster, the red asymmetrical dress.
Yep.
And she puts it on with the most logical pair of shoes, knee-high boots.
Of course.
And they're not even like sexy high heel boots. They're just like
leather boots.
riding boots.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting choice. And it starts pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So she's just wandering around this empty mansion, doesn't know who she is, doesn't know why she's there, and a team busts through the windows. Why does the team bust through the windows?
But first, there's a dude there. I don't know the dude's name.
Oh, the cop.
The dude who says he's a cop.
Right. He grabs her.
He grabs her for some reason. I don't remember what. I don't think he says. He doesn't really get out a lot of words before the SWAT team or whatever comes in. I don't know why they came through the windows.
They're all on the same team.
Drama, Betsy.
They just make an entrance and they're wearing masks and they
the door's open, guys. She was just walking through it.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And the guy's like, give me your report, give me your report. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So we come to find out that it's because she's been gassed.
Yeah, so the building
she's in is like a hub.
So the mansion that she's in is just a facade, basically.
Right.
It is the entrance to the hive.
Right.
Which is the big lab where everything came out of.
Okay.
So her and her husband are basically just plants there.
Guarding the entrance.
Correct. Like, they just live there. Nobody's going to deal with them. There's a lot of security there.
Yeah.
So they just are living there just so that they can say someone lives there. But they are employed by the Umbrella Corporation to protect the hive.
So when the attack, the biohazard stuff goes off below ground in the hive.
So there's a defense mechanism to basically knock everyone else out who isn't already locked down in the cave.
So if anybody's on the top level,
correct,
they all get knocked out.
Yep.
I didn't understand the point of that.
I don't either.
Other than, let's give her amnesia.
Right. But you know what? It was effective.
I guess, yeah. Like, it was just a little confusing because there were moments where I'm like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be gleaning from this.
They give you little bits of flashbacks to tell you what she was involved in, and you don't know if she was, a part of.
Is she a good guy, a bad guy? What is she?
Sure, exactly.
Yeah, because she doesn't know.
Right.
Alice, whose name we never hear.
Right.
Okay, so the team comes in, and Michelle Rodriguez is one of them.
Yeah.
This is a year after the very first Fast and Furious movie, so this would have been when she was getting into other projects as a result of that.
Which, one of the things I read was she had told her agent, hey, if anybody options a Resident Evil movie, I want to be a part of it.
I want in.
Yeah, before it even was, like, accepted anywhere or, like, going to casting. She told her agent, I want to be in that shit.
That's somebody who loves this series.
Yes.
At least the games.
Yeah.
So there you go. And she got her wish.
Yep.
So she showed up. The only other person in that segment that I recognized, the guy who's a cop, quote unquote, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
He was in Cruel Intentions.
Okay.
I knew his face. He looks very early 2000s.
Oh,
like
yeah.
His spiky
his hair. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I knew I recognized him, and that's what he's from.
Okay.
I know him from one other thing. And then the guy that is supposed to be your husband, Spence, is from A Knight's Tale. So again, stuff...
Is he the king?
The prince, the king.
Prince? Yeah, the royalty, whatever.
The royal that,
Yeah.
helps him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very British, which...
Yeah.
He's playing an American in
He doesn't
this.
talk a lot, but the one time that...
When he gets a speech.
Well, yeah, he regains his memory.
Yeah.
And he... there's always a word... The word...
Anything.
It's
It's always anything.
Anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Something about Brits and the word
They can't say anything.
Yes, we are trash Americans and we say thing.
Yes. Must enunciate.
Must enunciate. But yeah, so I recognize that actor. And again, these are all like stuff that was made in the late 90s, early 2000s. So actors I would expect. But we actually didn't even touch on this. There's kind of a voiceover during the title sequence. And I was like, is that Stanley Tucci?
It really sounded like Stanley Tucci.
It really sounded like Stanley Tucci, but it wasn't. It was Jason Isaacs, who most people know from the Harry Potter movies.
From Harry Potter, he was also in The Patriot.
Yeah.
He's the big bad guy in The Patriot.
Yeah, he's not in this movie. His voice is in the beginning and the end.
Yep, and he did this as a favor. He took a break off of a different movie for a day to go record his lines.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. But yeah, I knew his voice, but again, he's doing like an American accent. Another Brit playing an American.
Yep.
So I was just like, what? Who is this? It definitely sounded like Stanley Tucci.
It was him doing the voiceover at the beginning and at the very end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, all the dudes come in.
They come together.
They come together. They say report. They talk to Alice. They say report, and she doesn't know what the hell's going on. So we get Mr. Exposition, as I would like to call him.
Okay.
Just sitting everybody down and saying, okay, here's what's going on. This is what the Hive is. This is what they do there. This is Umbrella Corporation's thing, experiments, and blah, 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 blah.
And this is why we're here. We all work for the same people.
Yes.
And we're going into this building, and we're going to figure out what the hell's going on.
We got a report saying that the AI went homicidal, killed everybody down here, and we're going in to figure out what's going on.
Yep, and look for survivors.
Correct. And of course, they don't know what the experiments are, what to expect. You know, zombies are not a thing on their mind.
Right. And they get on a train that is under the mansion that will take them directly to the Hive. All right. So they're talking about the nearest city, Raccoon City. What the hell kind of a name is Raccoon City? I just would like to talk about this for a minute. That is the dumbest name. Like, in this game, did they try it all? At all to name things, or were they just so busy designing zombies? Like, it's the T virus.
The T virus.
Lazy. Raccoon City. Lazy. The Hive. Lazy.
Yeah. Well, the Hive is just for the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is no Hive in Resident Evil the game.
Lazy.
I don't know. I mean, it's Japan making these games, so I mean, what's simple?
I guess.
I honestly don't know.
Well, I found it lazy.
But I mean, in that universe, there is an entire like history of that city. It is like one of the big cities of America. It is set in America.
Yeah.
But
I was trying to figure out, because we get a little glimpse of it at the very end of the movie, the actual city, and there were some buildings I definitely recognize. I just don't know if it was Chicago or New York.
This was filmed in Germany.
This was filmed in Germany?
Germany. I don't know if that scene was, but I think everything else was filmed in Germany.
I don't think it was, but maybe I just misinterpreted, because it's just a city, downtown city.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all done on like a set. Pretty much everything is underground, indoors. There's no natural light. In the Hive, they even have like screens to make it look like a city.
To mimic, and they also have like, you know, bustling cities and like
Noise.
sirens going off, like city noise.
Yes, but you are actually quite a bit, a quarter mile underground
Half
or
mile,
something.
they
Half
said.
mile. Yeah. So they have this large underground facility. That's where all of these incidences at the beginning of the movie took place. And this team has gone in. They find Spence on the train, who also has been knocked unconscious and doesn't have any memory.
Right.
And that's when we kind of start getting the little flashbacks. So she sort of remembers meeting with a woman, and she remembers that the two of them
We're together.
We're together. And she just doesn't have like the whole picture. She just gets bits and pieces. And he tells them, you're part of a security team. You're enforcers to protect this place.
Yep.
So we get, like you said, Mr. Exposition explains this all. Mm-hmm. And they're going down there to turn off the AI called the Queen.
Right, the Red Queen.
The Red Queen.
The Red Queen.
I thought they just called her the Queen.
No.
Again, I missed that entirely. But they get down there, and then shit gets real.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It does not take long. Like, they get their mood setting. Like, everything is really dark and quiet and spooky.
Yep. Yeah.
But then they turn the lights on, and it's like it's an office building.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have what they call a cafeteria, but
right.
In fact it's like cold storage.
So like the dude has a little ARM computer, and he's got like a map of the entire facility on there, and they have to go down these stairs to get to this facility, and they find out, this says it's supposed to be a cafeteria. This is all like storage for like...
They're like metal capsules.
Yeah.
With stuff, beings inside of them. You don't really get a look. It's like a brain is all you see.
Right. It's basically the feeding area for all of their experiments.
Yeah. And they don't know what they are.
Which is right there. Just plant the little nugget to say, maybe Umbrella Corporation isn't what they seem. Maybe they're lying.
Yeah, maybe some shit was going on down here they don't want us to know about.
Oh.
Even though they all work for the Umbrella Corporation.
Uh-huh.
Go figure. So they get down to the AI. They have to kind of hack their way in. Mm-hmm. And then there's this hallway.
Betsy,
there's a hallway, Trent.
Betsy.
So apparently...
I asked you right after it happened. So you knew that part, right?
No.
Wow!
So,
I was very surprised that you did not know, because that was like the most famous scene that came out of this movie.
So yeah, there's basically the computer starts fighting back, the AI starts fighting back, and she's got killer laser beams that start slicing the security team into bits and pieces. So first somebody loses some fingers and it cuts off the head of another one. Mm-hmm. And then it goes through again and the guy tries to jump over it, but it moves up and slices him in half.
And his top half lands on his bottom half and then lands again on the ground.
Oh, that was when it got really just cheesy and violent and gross. It happened very quickly. And then of course the team leader is in there, mm-hmm. and he's getting ready to dodge this thing, and it turns into this mesh pattern,
this grid. Yeah,
and he just is like, oh shit, and he just gets sliced into little triangles. It's like,
he turns into a watermelon.
It was so weird. And that was the kind of thing where it's like, hey, let's make this really unnecessarily violent.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that was in this movie.
Wow.
I've never heard about this. I don't know. I understand why people would talk about it.
Yeah.
But not needed. And I was just sitting there wondering, okay, so this AI has defenses throughout the building. It can flood the lab. It can smoke everybody with poison gas.
Yep.
It can laser slice everyone to oblivion. But only in certain places. You designed this building. You gave her these abilities. Why? Why would you put laser beams that slice people in half in this hallway?
So that other people, other corporations, competitors, couldn't access it without, proper authorization, Betsy.
Excessive violence. Excessive fake violence.
Yes.
Yeah, there was not a lot of blood. It just kind of cauterized the wounds.
Right.
But they get in there. They have an EMP. They're going to reset the whole thing. But basically, they're shutting her down.
Yeah, they're going to zap her and force her to reboot.
Right.
Which causes, during this whole process, all of the locked doors in the facility to open up.
Yep. Yeah. It's like a Jurassic Park situation. We need to reboot the system.
Exactly.
So when they do that, of course, everything that was locked up is set loose.
Yep.
So the flooded lab, which we had a hint of, there's a floating body and her eyes opened. So they're not really dead. We know already this is a zombie movie.
Yeah.
So the flooded lab unfloods and out they come. And the locked rooms unlock and out they come. And the elevators are full of people. And out they come.
Yep.
So yeah, when shit gets started, it happens pretty darn quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything was on lockdown. They restart the AI, but she like is there in like a weird digital form before they do it.
Yeah, so they depict her as a little girl.
A creepy British girl.
Right.
Always a creepy
Which was
British
all the
girl.
rage in the early 2000s.
Fact. Don't shut me down. You're all going to die down here.
To die down here.
So she actually has really good intentions because she's like, hey, so this building's full of zombies and that's a really bad idea and I'm the only thing protecting you.
Basically, we cannot allow this virus to get out into the world.
Yeah. So they do the one thing that stupid humans do, and they shut her down, and the zombies immediately start attacking them, and a few of them die, and Michelle Rodriguez gets bit, and they're shooting their guns off and blowing shit up. And it's going badly from the get-go. And of course, it's always fascinating to me how in pop culture, everybody knows what a zombie is. But in movies, that doesn't exist. Like in movies and TV shows, people don't have a concept of a zombie.
Right. Yeah.
That's always a weird thing where it's like these people are dead, but now they're alive, but they're not alive. They're actually still dead and they're attacking us. But the word zombie isn't in their vernacular.
Right, so they have to like talk about it medically. Like one of the guys says, "Oh, there's blood on the ground that came out of this woman who they just shot."
But it's coagulated.
Which they say that doesn't happen until after you're dead.
Yeah.
So, oops.
Yep, and then later on in the movie, the AI gives them an explanation about reanimating dead tissue.
Correct.
Because, after you die, your cells are still creating for a while. Your brain is still firing.
Yeah, your hair continues to grow.
Your fingernails
continue to grow.
Yep.
There's still a little bit of an electric charge in your brain.
For a while.
Yep. So that is what kind of kickstarts everything. Like you have very slight motor functions, and the one thing that is that takes over the entire body is the need to feed.
Yes.
Which is to say, biting fools.
But before we get to that, they're just sort of shooting them just in the chest and in the legs, and they don't understand the headshot. And of course, I'm sitting there screaming in my head, just shoot him in the head! This is a zombie movie. Just shoot him in the head.
Yep.
But because people in movies don't have the word zombie and they don't understand it, they don't just do that instinctively.
Right.
And that is something that is kind of a trope in these kinds of movies where zombies don't exist in any way, shape, or form. In media within these movies, they don't know what a zombie is.
Yeah, the concept doesn't even exist.
No. So it's so weird. I think maybe in Zombieland, maybe in that movie, they know what a zombie is.
Only like the really cheeky movies that are meant to be funny, do they really know what's going on?
Right. They immediately go, zombie,
Right.
and they know what to do.
Right.
Nobody ever knows what to do in these movies.
And like we watched The Walking Dead, and I actually kind of like how they do it because like different pockets of people call them different things.
Yeah. They have their own word for it. Yeah, that's kind of a
and no one ever says the word zombie. No one.
The last thing they call them is zombies. Because they don't exist. Because they don't know the word zombie trends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a cool trope.
One little thing I noticed during this scene when they were going down the hallway to set off the EMP.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the patches on their arms said sanitation?
No.
They're the cleanup crew, Trent.
Oh man, really? I never noticed that.
I just was like, what does his patch say? It says sanitation. Yeah. So that
All
whole
right.
team,
Yeah.
their uniform has a patch on it, and what they do for the Umbrella Corporation is sanitation. They're the cleanup crew.
All right. Which again, cafeteria is, hey, this is where all the creatures feed. Yeah.
So yeah, from this point on, it just kind of it goes full zombie movie. Like they're just trying to get out of this damn building, and we find out they're on a time crunch because the AI is going to shut down the whole facility, and there's no way out.
Yeah.
So they've got to get going. So yeah, they open the elevator, and it's full of zombies because we get a scene at the beginning where there's a bunch of people trapped in an elevator that all die and become zombies. There's a terrible looking CG monster because this is 2002.
That is the liquor.
That's the liquor. We get the zombie dogs. So this is where I had to ask you what the hell happened, because they kind of get away from the zombies that they first encounter, and the group that's like the military or whatever, the recon group.
Yeah.
They're off in one place, and then Mila Jovovich and the cop guy are just sort of wandering around.
Yeah, they're just kind of wandering around these places, which the not cop guy is actually there on a mission.
Yeah, he's infiltrating because he doesn't believe
He is
this
a part
corporation
of he is a
should
part
exist.
of a rogue group that is trying to bring down the Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what they're doing, but he knows that they're doing some bad shit.
Yeah, so he sent his sister in because he would never get in himself.
Well, and his sister works in the lab down there.
Yeah.
And the sister was going to try to steal a sample of the virus so that they can get it out of there.
Yeah.
And expose them,
Right.
so to speak. And they employ Alice, to get them some information so that they can get in there.
Yeah, she agrees to help them
Yep.
to bring down this corporation because she's decided they are also evil.
Correct.
But yeah, they're just sort of wandering around.
Uh-huh.
Why are they just wandering around?
Right.
Why
At
did
that
they
point,
separate from their group?
None of them have weapons.
No, you just got attacked.
Right.
You know the situation. You should be hunkering down. But no, let's get some backstory and some action sequences by having you just sort of putz around in the labs.
And then be confronted by a bunch of zombie dogs.
That's right, and she kicked one in the face.
and again, that's the other like iconic scene from this movie.
It's just she's getting her memory back.
Yeah, exactly. So I read she had to she does all of her own stunts, by the way. The only stunt
Really?
that she does not do was that when they're up on the railing on the pipes and one of the pipes kind of falls.
Yeah.
That's not her.
Stunt.
Everything else is 100% her.
That is pretty cool. That doesn't actually surprise me that much because she did The Fifth Element not long before this.
Yep.
And I think probably less her in that movie because there's a lot of acrobatics, but I'm sure she got a taste for doing the action and the stunts.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish I had done more in that movie. And then she gets an opportunity to do this and says, screw it, I am going to do more in this movie. She's only, 30 in this movie?
Probably not even that.
Probably not even that. She's pretty young in this movie.
Yep.
So that's cool. But yeah, she gets to kick a dog in the face. But yeah, so they sort of are off by themselves, and we find out that whole story about he's not really a cop. This is his sister. She was going to help. And
Alice reveals, I was actually
her
her contact.
Well, that's later, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they're just like running down a hallway and they know exactly where to meet the other team.
Right. And
again, what the hell?
I assume that maybe there was a sequence there that got cut.
Maybe.
That, some zombies came in and now they have to chase them back to home base or whatever.
This was the part of the movie that wasn't very strong to me. Like, I just didn't understand how the group got separated, why one is behind a door, these two are by themselves, and they're just calmly exploring.
Yeah.
And it's like, I thought this part was like way down in this area of the hive, and that part was way up in this other area.
Sure, and
so the geography was a little confusing, how fast they got from place to place.
Yeah, and the team who came in, those two, I think it's just two left.
By that point,
The computer guy and Michelle Rodriguez. So they were
Two or
back.
three, yeah.
They were back in the Red Queen's security room.
Yeah,
They were trying
which is
to
way
figure
down
out
at the bottom.
Yeah. So they were trying to figure out how the hell to get out of there, see if they can find an access point out of that room because they were surrounded.
Yeah.
By that point. So
if they're surrounded, how did these two get in? They just run in and open the door from the outside.
That was the only clear area, I guess.
Yeah, so it was just kind of
I agree with you.
loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
I would have been okay if they had another action sequence of them we got to get to the group and
Right.
whatever, but
Yeah.
You're
Seems to me like that was cut, and they didn't feel like they really needed to explain, oh, zombies show up, you got to get out of there.
Right. I don't know. That's just, that part
Anyway.
I got a little lost.
Anyway, so Mila, I'm going to keep calling her Mila because
Because she doesn't have a name.
she doesn't have a name. Mila is starting to realize that, oh, I'm smart, I know what I'm doing.
I'm a boss-ass bitch.
There you go. So she says, okay, let's turn the Red Queen back on so that she can help us get the hell out of here.
Yep, but they basically rig her to blow.
Yeah.
So if she doesn't
So if
do
you
what
don't
they
help me,
want-
you are going to be fried.
Yep, so she explains the whole thing about the zombies. This is what they are.
Yep, more
this
exposition.
is how they got here. I can't let any of you out. Like, if you're infected,
One of you is
that's it.
infected, yep.
Yep. But they say, let us out. How do we get out? And she says there's a tunnel.
Yep.
So they get in a tunnel, they go down a hatch, and again, the zombies are just there. How did the zombies just know how to get down there?
They were already there, Betsy.
Yeah. And so at that point we don't lose another guy, but some more people get bit and attacked.
Right.
And they realize they can like get up on these pipes
Right.
and crawl out. So they're just kind of crawling, being chased by zombies.
Yeah. And like I can't remember his name, but the computer guy gets bit a couple of times.
It was like Kaplan.
Yeah,
something
Kaplan.
like that.
Yes. So Kaplan gets bit and like gets a little bit separated from the group.
Yeah.
And if you didn't notice, when he gets up onto that other pipe, the zombie coming up to him was one of the scientists from the very first scene.
The girl that they had shot.
It was the dude.
Dude.
One of the dudes in the office complex.
I didn't notice that, but I do like that they take the
Yeah.
time in that early scene to kind of show you people's faces long enough that you recognize them later. These are
And
not just
JD was down there too.
these are not just nameless zombies. These are people you have seen. Yeah.
But yeah, he gets kind of cornered a little bit. We think we are made to believe initially that he has one bullet left and he's going to use it on himself.
Yep.
But instead, he shoots the one guy who's coming after him, and he realizes, oh, I'm actually not cornered. I'm going to go down this.
I'm not ready to die yet.
this
I'm
thing,
gonna make you work for it.
Yeah. You need to work for your meal.
So yeah, he crawls off. We don't see him anymore. Now we're down to like four people.
Four, yeah.
Because it's Spence, the comp, Mila, and Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And she's hurting bad because she's been bit in the neck, and she's been bit in the hand, and she's been bit in the leg.
She
So
ain't
she's
doing too good.
Very infected and very bleeding. And this is the biggest like flashback we get.
Yeah.
Because Mila Jovovich just kind of stops in the middle of the lab.
Because they get to the point where the virus and the antivirus was kept.
Yes.
And she
goes,
realizes, oh, there's a cure.
Yeah, there's a cure. There's an
Yeah.
antivirus. And it's in here. So let's go in here.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Spence's memory also comes back.
Right.
Conveniently.
Yes, and he realizes, oh, I'm the bad guy here. I had a purpose to all of this.
So we get the details, like he was actually the one where he knew that she was going to betray them.
Yep.
She had been meeting with Lisa, who worked there.
And got all the information
Yeah.
that they were providing
Yeah.
so that he could get in there first and
Yes.
steal it first and try to go out and sell it.
So yes, he was the guy at the beginning who took the virus, he packed it up,
Yep.
and he let it loose in the building.
Yes.
So he locks everybody into this lab. He goes off, and the AI basically says, I've been very bad.
I've been a very bad girl.
I've been a very bad girl.
Oh my god.
Creepy child, British voice, stop it.
Yeah.
And she talks about the mutated thing. So what
The
the
liquor.
liquor.
Yeah.
So these have been, the virus was injected into live tissue.
Mm-hmm.
Are we to believe that was a bunny rabbit?
I don't know.
Because they have a sequence where they show
Yeah.
the bunny rabbit getting infected. And
I think that's
then-
just a generic experiment. Like, we're going to inject the virus into one,
Yeah.
let it infect it, and then put the cure into it to make sure that it actually gets cured.
Yeah, they didn't show you what this evolved from.
Yeah, they don't.
Because it kind of looks like it could be a human,
Mm-hmm.
but it would make more sense it's some kind of an animal.
I think it's some kind of animal because what they say is because it just feeds on Spence, that it's going to take that DNA into itself and then mutate into more of that.
Yeah. So Spence had gotten as far as the train, which
Yeah.
is where the antidote is.
And he sticks himself with the cure.
No, he almost does. He doesn't actually succeed.
That's right.
He's just about to do it, and then the liquor comes and kills him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's dead. They're locked in the lab. The liquor comes for them, and they're trying to get the AI to give them the code, and she's like, no, you must kill Michelle Rodriguez. You have
she's
to kill
infected.
her. She's infected.
We can't let her out.
But at which point, we find out Kaplan is not dead. He's made it out.
My savior.
He opens the door because he blows the fuse that was running the AI.
Yep.
They all make a heroic getaway to the train. Spence is not, in fact, dead because he a zombie now, too.
He a really ugly zombie.
Yeah, he's a bloody and tore to hell.
Oh, yeah.
He gets axed in the face, as he deserves. And then we all seem to think we're going to get away. When, in fact, the liquor is on their tail.
It's on the train.
It's on the train. So he gets Kaplan, and then Michelle Rodriguez dies, so she's now a zombie.
Yep.
So then it's 4, and then it's 3, and then it's 2. And then they open the hatch at the bottom that we saw at the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
And she basically nails down the liquor's tongue with a big piece of metal that's conveniently there. And they fry it to hell on the third rail.
That smells bad.
Yeah, and it's like little things. I'm glad that they kind of set it up at the beginning of the train's not working.
Yeah.
But why wasn't it working? Like somebody unplugged that thing.
That I don't know.
I don't know. Unless it was that he had just come from the hive. Spence had come from the hive that morning, and he unplugged it all so that nobody could get back.
So that nobody could get out. Yeah,
that's the only thing
could be.
I could figure.
That could be.
And so he dies, but the cop gets scratched. And I'm just going to call him the cop because, again, he doesn't really have a name.
Yeah, I think he does have a name in the credits as well. But again.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's
matter.
Irrelevant to the story. Matter. So he gets clawed.
Max, that's his name. Because she's like screaming, Max,
That's right,
Max.
She is. But again, it's so just like throwaway that you're not really invested.
Yeah, who cares?
He gets clawed by the liquor. They get to the mansion. You don't see the door, but you see the shadow of the door. So the AI shuts down the whole damn place. Yep. So they're making their escape, and he starts convulsing because he's mutating.
Yep.
And they have already set up, the Umbrella Corporation is at the mansion. They've set up this white room.
Right, and they've been watching
the whole thing.
Yeah, they've been watching the whole sequence of events happening here. So they probably see that, this human got scratched by the liquor. Yeah. He's still alive. He's probably going to mutate, so let's get him into our program.
Yep, and that's where he says the line about,
let's get him into the Nemesis program.
Yep. So they get her, they get him. We don't know what happens to him. And then she wakes up naked again.
Yep.
In a hospital, covered in weird tubes, going into her fucking head. Ugh, that was creepy. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, you didn't like that one.
No. And she just kind of wakes up, yanks them all out. And there is a person in there. They show somebody walk past. But there's nobody else in the hospital.
Yeah, like the overall world scene is kind of left as a mystery. You don't really know what's going on outside of this mansion and the hive.
Yeah.
Until Alice gets outside and starts walking around to find, shit has really gone to hell.
Yeah, so
in this entire city.
The short version is, you brought up The Walking Dead. It's like that when at the beginning of the series, the protagonist wakes up in the hospital. We don't know how long they've been there. They walk outside and it's a ghost town. And it's smashed to hell. And there's literally just, a newspaper headline in this movie that says the dead can walk. And so she wakes up. We don't know how long it's been. And the virus has gotten out.
Yeah.
So whatever happened to Max, it's either Max or something else. The virus is out in the world and it's been destroyed. And she gets to grab a gun and look like a badass. And then that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
So this is why I'm intrigued about the second one. Okay. Because she didn't get to do as much ass kicking and shooting and badassery.
Oh god, the rest of
one.
Yeah, the rest of the movies is all of that.
I would want her to be more of a badass. Yeah. And because she spends so much of this first movie with amnesia and doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
She didn't really get to do it.
What you do get is pretty good, but there's not enough of it for a movie like this.
Yeah.
Like, the subsequent movies are very, very action-packed.
Yes, but they absolutely set it up at the end of this. Because I was sitting there kind of like, how does this end? How does this movie end?
Yeah.
So they get out.
Yep.
I know she lives because she's in several
All
of
of the other
these
ones,
movies.
yeah.
She's like the lone survivor, basically, because Max is getting fucked up. He's not human anymore, no matter what. And yeah, you just see buses and flames and cop cars, and there's no humans around, and it's just as far as the eye can see. The city is like in smoke, and there's smashed up windows, and she's just standing there like a badass with a big old shotgun.
And the second one basically starts exactly from that point.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is why I say, like, there's some holes, there's some things that I was like, well, that didn't need to be there, or I wish there was more, or I didn't understand it, I got a little lost. But overall, not the worst thing. You brought it up, like, so at the end, Spence gives his speech, and that's when his accent slipped.
Yep.
That bothered me. That's an acting problem. There's nothing he could do about it, except try harder, say anything. Michelle Rodriguez did her Michelle Rodriguez thing. If you want a badass looking chick to hold a gun and kick ass, like, she's your girl.
I liked her hair. Her hair was like very like curly in the front. It had like the front curls going.
She was
up.
like sweating and wet half the movie.
Yeah,
'cause she
I
kept
liked her
going in
look.
the water.
Yeah, I liked her look.
Yeah.
You got a couple of moments where it's the, hey, remember the Matrix? So like in the train when Alice, I don't remember if it was before or after they stick the thing through its tongue. But she shoots the gun and then follows the bullet into the liquor in slow motion, and the camera's moving around.
Yeah.
And her, hopping up on the thing and kicking the dog in the face.
Right. Okay.
It's very much, hey, remember the Matrix.
And this is, again, within a few years of that movie coming out.
Everybody was trying to imitate that. I get it. You didn't have to do it.
And the other thing about this movie throughout is the techno rock music.
I was just going to mention that.
Which, right at the end, Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson did the music for this.
What the heck?
Uh-huh.
I had no idea he had done any kind of, like, composing or had a hand in it.
Yep.
But I guess, if he really wanted to pursue that, he probably could. Trent Reznor has made a hell of a career. That man has Oscars.
Multiple Oscar winner, Trent Reznor.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Because he got into the world of composing.
Right. And like, the techno music is what it is, and I think during the scenes it works really, really well. I like the music in the movie, except during the quiet scenes it was even there.
Yeah.
I didn't really, it was incongruous.
It's always playing. It doesn't always need to be there.
Yeah.
The one that stuck out to me, there was one piece, and I don't remember where in the movie it was. It sounded like, I had it in the moment. I don't think I wrote it down. It sounded like drums, but it wasn't drums. It was like a different sound. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that.
Dang. No, it was like a weird sound effect. That
was it the...
Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. But it sounded like something else, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't know what the instrument was, but I think I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it was interesting music.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of music.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, things that you noted?
I kind of just said the things that I had. It was the Matrix stuff. It was the music stuff. The hallway scene. Mr. Exposition. AI run amok. And hey, yeah, Evil Corporation movie.
Mila Jovovich has a very expressive face.
She does.
She has a really good I'm hurt inside and crying face. Mm-hmm. Like whenever, like I've seen a lot of movies with her crying, and she's able to summon that, and her eyes just get really big, those big blue eyes, and her little pouty mouth, and she's just like really intense. Yeah. Yeah. She looks good in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty good, all things considered. She doesn't have a whole lot to do. Like I said, I wanted her to be more badass.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it seems like her career has just been these movies as of the past couple of decades.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Like, she could have done more things, but she just didn't.
Yeah. She's made movies with her husband,
That's pretty much
Paul
it.
W.S. Anderson.
Uh-huh. They got married like very soon after this movie came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so I think that's about it for Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
What?
That is what is played whenever you start the game.
That's really dumb, but okay.
Yep. Anyway, so we did receive an email. This is about the ending of our Keanu-thon.
Yeah.
About John Wick 2 from Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
She begins. Love, love, love the John Wick movies. The world they were able to create with just a few words is incredible. Plus all the fun violence. All of the action scenes are really well shot and choreographed. Also, you have to love Larry Fish and his network of killer hobo spies. Yes,
true.
you do.
It's true.
You basically have to watch 2 and 3 back to back because of the end. Which
That makes sense.
we haven't watched 3 yet. I don't know if we're going to do one of these for that.
I don't know if we will.
I don't know.
We'll certainly watch it.
Yeah, we will certainly watch it. We have it, so. And she says, great Keanu-thon. Well done, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And a response to one of our other frequent emailers, Mitch.
Okay.
Worst movies I have seen. Eye of the Beholder. And she comments, just bad, not good bad. And Unfriended. We walked out of the movie theater. Okay, I think I've heard of Unfriended. I just don't remember who's in it or what the whole concept is.
No, I don't.
It's probably just some bullshit social media tie-in. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You brought up another movie just a little bit ago that you said one of the worst movies you had to pay money for.
That's right. We were going through our movie list, and we were looked at Daredevil, the one with Ben Affleck, and I didn't see Daredevil before I went to see Elektra.
Oh boy!
In the theater, I watched Elektra with a friend of mine, and again, probably the second worst movie I've paid to see. And I did not walk out because I was with that friend.
I've never seen Elektra.
You haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen Daredevil either.
No.
Nor have I watched the Daredevil TV show.
I don't want to. Stephanie continues, there have been plenty of movies that we turn off halfway because we just aren't feeling it, or that I have fallen asleep during. There have also been plenty that are good bad, like Rubber, Hobo with a Shotgun, Kung Fury, and Iron Sky. We've mentioned Iron Sky during that conversation, and of course we've mentioned Kung Fury like a half a dozen times. Go watch Kung Fury. It's free on YouTube. Fucking Google it. Rubber was in our queue forever. We never watched it.
No.
Like, if you want a synopsis of the movie Rubber, it is a killer tire.
Correct.
A killer car tire or truck tire or something like that.
It is as described.
Yes. Hobo with a Shotgun, I mean, I assume that is very descriptive in the title. I don't know anything more than the title.
I believe that is another one, I want to say, that is an offshoot of the Grindhouse thing.
Okay.
So they had fake movie trailers at the beginning of that movie. And then they ultimately made some of those into real movies. Wow. So like Machete was a fake movie. Oh, fuck. And they made it into a real movie.
Damn.
And I'm pretty sure Hobo with a Shotgun was another
Wasn't
one.
one of those. Okay.
That is the dumbest movie title. So they said, screw it. We're making it a real thing. Starring Rutger Hauer.
Man. I kind of regret never watching any of the Grindhouse movies.
Yet.
Because I like... Robert Rodriguez. I like Quentin Tarantino. We might have to do those one of these days, because that would have to be an entire series of us doing all of the Grindhouse stuff.
It depends how you watch it, because the way it was initially presented, it was two short
double
movies
feature
that play back to back.
Yeah.
But then there are longer versions of each movie.
Okay.
And then, like I said, there's these fake trailers. So you have to get the version, I think, that as it was meant to be viewed in the theater, where you get the fake trailer, you watch the first movie, you get the fake trailers, you watch the second movie.
Okay.
That's the way they envisioned it.
Sure.
Ultimately, I don't know if there is a preferred method, if it's
I'm sure
better to
there
do it
is.
that way or to watch one and watch the other.
There's enough weird movie weirdos out there that will tell you.
All right,
to
weird
your
movie
face,
weirdos, tell us the right way to watch
Tell us the right
Grindhouse.
way to watch Grindhouse. All of it. We might do it. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I had for emails here so far. But we do want to hear from you. Please, for the love of everything, email us. We want some content. We love this banter going back and forth about, what you're talking about. And if you want to respond to Stephanie, if you think Stephanie is just full of it, tell us.
You tell her.
She'll love to hear from you. But yeah, email us, neverseenitpod@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on Twitter, Betsy has basically taken over the Twitter going forward.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Yep. I'm not good at the whole socials. I don't like social media. It's not my thing. Follow us on Twitter, neverseenit_pod. And if you wish to support us with money, I like money. Betsy, do you like money?
It's all right.
Say you like money.
I like money.
Send us some money. Click the link in the podcast description. It's anchor.fm/neverseenitpod/support. We might eventually buy a URL that will make that easier. I don't know. We're not there yet.
We'll see.
We need some money to do that. So send us some money. But until next time, this has been Never Seen It. We just watched Resident Evil, Betsy.
Yeah!
Yay! We will be back to you next time.
Okay, bye.